Hello everybody, how's everyone? I'm Ame Gakita. Today we are going to talk about Mr. Vince McMahon, the one who revolutionized wrestling as a whole and the former CEO of WWE or World Wrestling Entertainment. The one thing that kind of like got a lot of people talking about recently is that it's not just because he resigned, but the allegation against him where there's quite a huge one. Like he got said trafficking allegation against him where former WWE employees, most of them female, stating about the allegation against him. But the thing is, right, it is something that people seems to know, also choose not to say it in a way. And even to the point that even if Penguin Z0 saying that he's a hardcore fan of wrestling and that he go to the point of saying that he actually in his video called this man is evil, I recommend you guys to go and check it out. But on another account that I tend to use a lot, which normally I don't watch this in my channel as a vtuber, normally I watch this in this to more for further detail on the case would be basically on these two video called Vince McMahon resigned from WWE by WhatCulture Wresting, as well as that Kobe Rowe and Triple H addressing the allegation. So the thing is, right, overall I would recommend you guys to go and check more information on that for easier view. But the one thing on my take is that is Mr. Vince McMahon evil? Well, he's just basically been Vince McMahon in real life that we all seems to love and seen in the TV show. The thing is, that is how it's always deemed, is how that always when even when a lot of wrestlers saying how they pray Mr. McMahon about what we you see about on television, that's basically he himself in real life along the line. But the thing is, right, if Mr. Vince McMahon is always able to portray himself as such a heel or villain or bad guy in the television, then it is true in a way that he may be an evil person in real life. But the thing is, right, at the end of the day, when the allegation against him, which is to be confirmed on in court, because the thing is, right, there is quite a few take on this case, and one of the reasons why I feel like there may be more to it, it's not towards the point that Mr. Vince McMahon is such an evil person or whatsoever. It's that we can't deny the fact that he may have done something evil in his life, because like just like a lot of people always saying like how every great people always seems to have had done great things, there is also people who is able to have worse thing done by them. And it's just that it's always a balance in life where will people one day see the evil doing of such people. I mean, like there is also a recent case in Japan about 2%, and I will not discuss about them but on this video, but it's just that it is stand to show that every people always have a good side and a bad side. That's why we all got a bad side. That's where all we shit everything out. So the thing is, right, punk aside, it's more towards the point of that, is he really going around going to admit that he done all these things? Obviously no. So even if people say he is evil, we can't really talk more onto it, because the thing is, right, the reason why the allegation only appeared now, that was because apparently those employees have to sign a NDA and they will pay off accordingly. Now, the interesting part of all this thing is that I don't know who in the right mind thinking that NDA will, or non-disclosure agreement will set some stuff, like basically the party who signed the NDA will like, oh, if I sign this, if I talk about it, people, I'm going to get sued or whatever. I seriously had no idea when it comes to allegation like that. But sometimes when you think about it, right, I know a lot of people will be saying along the line, like how Charlie always think that, oh, he doesn't believe the NDA is that powerful. But the thing is, right, when in desperate time, called for desperate measure or whatever they call it, it's just that at that point of time, maybe it may be one of the best way, and it may be something that happened to the employee themselves, where they may be in need of money. Because the thing is, right, why only now? Like, and the thing is, right, if we actually think about another one of the reason why I feel like that those people that are suing right now, like if they are trying to tell a story, I feel like the way they're asking for compensation, it may seem to tell a different story, because it's just telling me that they are trying to tell a story. But if they're trying to tell a story, why are they trying to ask for money? People will be saying along the line, oh, they are need to be compensated. But the thing is, right, if you guys think about the whole situation, have they not been compensated throughout the years? Like the amount of money they have been given due to the NDA, or in other words, silent money, then I think those money should be more than enough to cover their expenses, unless the amount given to them is not much, and that I feel like may need will be further compensated. But on the other hand, it is also something that I feel like it doesn't mean that when one side is wrong, the other side is not wrong. I always believe that there will always be two sides that have been in the wrong, and in this case, it seems to be one of the case. The other thing is that is the woman that are suing right now in need of money? I do not know. They can deny it, they can choose not to admit it, but the thing is, right, at the end of the day, if they choose to go along with the story and does have the indication of that, oh, Mr. McMahon had done all of this, then I think yes, bravo for them for talking about all of this, because I feel like such a thing is technically long overdue. About, yeah, Mr. Vince McMahon need to be taught a lesson, even if he's an old man. I mean, like, sometimes when people worship him as a hero, it always take a long time before we realize that that is a villain, and it's always part of how this was gone about. But on the other hand, if those employees who is trying to sue Mr. Vince McMahon for money, then I don't think it's fair enough to indicate that why now. It is possible that, like, again, I mentioned, it is possible they are in need of money, and they want more money, and they kind of like using that as a blackmail in a way. So if what those allegation is true, then yes, Mr. Vince McMahon need to answer, or in other words, face the music. But on the other hand, if those women who people who talk about the case, and they actually kind of like just want money because they got no way to blackmail Mr. Vince McMahon, and they just want to, okay, I'm gonna put up the story and help, and then sue you for the story, for the loss or whatever they want, and then they're gonna get even more money apparently. So I don't know who or how they're gonna think that can be a possible, because when it comes to such case, I to me, I just feel like it doesn't seem as simple as what people make up. And I feel like there is still some information that seems to be being withheld. I feel like there is some information that seems to be a little bit iffy, as well as that there's some information that I always tend to give a benefit of doubt. I'm not saying that Mr. Vince McMahon is not evil or whatsoever. I mean, like, I am a casual fan of wrestling. I do watch wrestling time to time, and I am aware of this. It's just like sometimes when I talk about some stuff or come up with some phrases, it's always a little bit of, because I used to watch a lot of WWE when I was young, and it's more towards the point that I would call myself a casual fan, but I won't call myself a hardcore fan, because sometimes when you want to watch some stuff, yeah, you can watch it. Even if I choose to watch it sometime, I wouldn't deny that reason WWE is getting slightly more better when Mr. Vince McMahon is not in charge, because there was quite a moment when sometimes when I feel like the WWE show was getting out of hand, it's getting ridiculous, that I can't recall which year that I actually stopped watching. It's only on recent year that I slowly returning, because I feel like, yeah, it seems interesting enough. But on the other hand, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing that Mr. Vince McMahon is no longer in WWE? Personally, based on evidence wise and time, all these things kind of like indicate, it seems that Mr. Vince McMahon being out of WWE seems to indicate that yes, it seems to be a good thing, because the WWE in recent year seems to be growing in the right direction apparently, without Vince McMahon interference. But on the other hand, we can't deny all the things that he had did in the past to revolutionize the wrestling as a sport. Because the thing is, right, if there was no Mr. Vince McMahon, I feel like there won't be called it's not just that there won't be a WWE. It won't. I don't. It's not more towards the point that I don't think wrestling would be as what we see nowadays. It's because of Mr. Vince McMahon, the way he does of unionizing all the wrestling stuff and became where there should be one main big company, and that is called WWE. So in a way, I feel like, yep, that is what he did. And the thing is, right, people in this world always remember the worst of people. They can never remember the best of the people. So it's really hard for me to give my take whether it's Mr. Beastman right or in the wrong. Because if the allegation is true, yeah, he has to face the music. But on the other hand, I would love to remember Mr. Vince McMahon as the person who had helped to revolutionize wrestling, where he actually is well known for his heel persona on screen, and that's all I wish to know about him. But on the other hand, will people talk about Mr. Vince McMahon? Personally, I feel like documentary video, all this thing, right, should be talking about him accordingly. Don't get me wrong, he should be remembered for all the things that he had done, as well as all the evil stuff that he had hidden. So in a way, I would agree on that. Is he an evil man or Batman? I would say along the line that he should be remembered for all the things he had done. Not saying that he is an evil or a bad person. It's more that, yeah, we need to know the full truth, as well as that we should also remember that, yeah, whether he is a good or a bad person should be judged not by us but by futures people who feel like when he does pass away, is he really a good person or really a bad person? Because at the end of the day, a lot of things, right, often more than not may not be seen what on is seen on the surface. It's just that we need to dig a little bit deeper. One of the things I always talk about is that often more than not, one of the reasons why I always tend to give my take a little bit later than most people is that often more than not, I tend to do a little bit of digging, understanding a little bit of things, and sometimes some stuff may not. It's just that people love to jump to conclusion and just think that, oh, he's evil or whatever. But the thing is, right, it seems that the other party may not be as simple as what we seem. I feel like we should question the other party first and wait for more information to come through and let the court go through with the procedure. It's just that often more than not, when such a story comes through, right, people always jump to conclusion even when the evidence seems to be where it's not confirmed or iffy on his end. And often more than not, to me, I always not just question the legitimacy of the article or allegation, all these things. It's more to the point of that I wish to dig. I need to look through it. I need to check it through it, including the case of recently of other people. Two issue that that I was talking about in my live stream, and I choose not to talk about it at the same time. Is that sometimes some allegation, right? It does not mean that when one side is wrong, the other side is not innocent at all. Often more than not, both parties can be the issue. And there is one thing: the other party tend to be in the wrong. Does not mean that the person suing them or the person going against them is in the right. Because the thing is, right, some allegation can also be fabricated, and the only things that people will know whether that is true or not is only those who have been through it. And if they choose to be honest, then we'll know that whether is it true or not. But if they go with that line of continue lying all the way, then no, I would not give my full take, because some allegations seems may not be as what we have seen. And moreover, that the compensation or for the lawsuit where they asking for damage, it seems to be a little bit too high of a damage. Is it because they in need of that amount of money, or is it that, yeah, they are finally saying, oh, we are doing the Me Too story? The thing is, right, often more than not, Me Too story in my side, I'm not saying that no, we should not go against the Me Too movement or whatsoever. It's more towards the point that some stuff in my eyes seems a little bit too conveniently happening at one go. And in a way, I would say along the line of like, there seems to be more to it. It's just that people always tend to jump to conclusion, and I for more than not always tend to be the one give a wait and see approach before I give my full take. But on this moment, in regards to Mr. Vince McMahon, do I feel like he is an evil man or not? Yes, I feel like he may be an evil man. He may be hiding something, but based on all this, that we can't undermine that there are also cases, there are also stories about the good thing that he had done, and often more than not, like I always say, people always remember the worst of people and not the best of people. So yeah, I feel like for now we should give it a wait and see approach. I recommend a lot of people to give it that approach a try, because often more than not the story, there may be more to it. I feel like for this story there is more to it, and my institution is telling me that, and I don't think the other party is innocent in its own way. There seems to be something behind it, but it's just that the Me Too movement seems to be too strong. I mean, like, if you guys want to know why I say it's a little bit iffy, look at Amber Heard and Johnny Depp situation. Often more than not, when people tend to jump into conclusion, right, people always tend to defend one side and not the other side. But when the truth come out, what happened? So in the end, I wouldn't say both are innocent or both are right. I mean, like, Johnny Depp have to answer for a few things that he had done. But the thing is, right, at the end of the day, is Mr. Vince McMahon truly the victim, or is he truly the perfect the so-called attacker, or in whatever the propaganda or whatever? I can't know the word. I mean, like, one of the reasons why I hate English is that more than 3 syllable words too hard for me to remember. But anyway, it's really part of the thing that is he really the true mastermind? Yeah, I think that's really a much better way. But only time will tell. Only time case of story will unfold, and I feel like if more people give their understanding on this, maybe in future then we'll know more. But as for right now, allegation is still considered allegation. We should not jump to conclusion as much as or as fast as we can. Give some moment to see, and we'll know more. And personally, that's how I feel about it. But anyway, in case anyone want to know, yes, I am a very casual fan of wrestling. I used to watch it a lot when I was young, and then I don't really watch it as an adult because the product seems to be stale, and then in recent years it became better. But on the other hand, I feel like personally, one of the reasons why I hardly talk about wrestling is that I hardly talk about it. I'm just a casual fan. But anyway, I feel like that should be all for now. If you feel like you like this kind of video, yep, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe. And at the same time, you can talk to me and write down your view about Mr. Vince McMahon issue in the comment below. I mean, like, I feel like this can be a very good discussion anyway. But anyway, if you got some stuff that you feel about Mr. Vince McMahon, also write them down. But if not, if you want to discuss with me on my live stream, yeah, you can also subscribe to me, where I always tend to do live stream. But at the same time, to understand that all my random chat doesn't follow a single trend, so I may not talk about this in my next video. I will be talking about other stuff, anime, game, all these things. But anyway, with that being said, I think that should be all, and I hope you guys all have a nice day or night. Bye.